Hello again, humans. Welcome back to my channel. This is With Love Demonia. You don't see my face right now, pero you know who I am at this rate. And if you do not know who I am, welcome. Please check out some of my other videos so you can get to know me. In this video, we are going to go over my journaling ecosystem. So I have with me 5 journals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 journals. Here is what they look like. And they all serve a different purpose. Now, in my previous video, I went over the fact that you do not need 6 journals, you do not need 10 journals, you do not need 2 journals. All you need is 1 journal. And my main focus is my main girl right here. This is my Louise Carmen. She is my main journal. You do not need 10 journals. I acquired these journals over time and I got the system down within the last year, but in general, I only ever had 1 journal. I would say now this system has been helping me immensely, but if you are new to journaling, please do not start with 6 journals. It's going to be very difficult for you to be consistent. I want you to just be consistent in 1 journal so you can still watch this video and get a grasp of what yours could look like in the future, but I definitely recommend just starting with 1. Anyway, with that being said, this will be a longer video. I believe it definitely won't be 10 minutes, but I just wanted to go over my journals. You don't see my face, as I said, but you will see me in the next video, or you can go look at my previous videos if you haven't watched any of them. So let's get started. Also, please ignore my hands. Of course, today I burned my hands while cooking right as soon as I had to make this video. So anyway, let's get into it. So this is my little pocket size journal. This is my Paper Republic. It is the pocket size, as I stated. I got it in like a chestnut brown, if you can see this. Super beautiful. And then I got, this says Dieu écrit. It's French, and it just means God writes. It's so cute. So I don't remember getting it in blue, but it worked out. So I matched the blue with the blue cord that came with it. And then I put a spiral. This spiral I got from Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. And this clip I also got from Amazon. On the side, I have a little star with a pearl in the center, as you can see. And it's just my favorite little journal. On the side, I have an Esterbrook SD pen. If you guys can see how gorgeous. I'm pretty sure this is a fine nib. So this pen, if I'm not mistaken, is probably similar to the Kaweco pen, the Kaweco Sport. It's very small, so it can just be thrown in your bag or in your pocket. Like, it's just so tad. And when you open her up, this is a fine nib or extra fine nib. I always get fine. Can you guys see that? Don't know if it's focusing, but yeah, so cute. This is the Esterbrook SD, and I just love this pen. It writes really nicely. Right now, the ink in it is like a grayish color that I have in here, but I use this for this journal. I also switch up the pen, so it's not always the same thing, but what the pen that I keep on here, since it's so small, is the SD because it just fits perfectly. So then on the inside, I have my Sterling ink notebook. So we'll open her up. And this is a little notebook that is from my niece. And in here, I will just do little notes. So this is, I think, what was her name? I can't remember this little thing's name, but it is so cute. And I just write little notes in here, nothing crazy, but just like little notes that come to my mind, I'll just write in here. But I love to keep this with me just because it's so sweet and it reminds me of her every time I see it. Then we open it up and we have a sterling ink. You guys will notice a theme. All of my journals are pretty much sterling ink. I love the paper. I love the gold edges. Do you see that beautiful gold edge? Like, I cry, literally. So this is a sterling ink notebook that I have right in here. And again, this beautiful gold edges. This is the pocket sized notebook. I think it has 517 pages. All of the pages are numbered, which is iconic. And this paper is Tomoe River paper. So I love it because you can use your fountain ink. your fountain pens on here. You can do watercolor and it's not going to bleed through onto the next page. I think you can even use Sharpie if you wanted to, and it wouldn't bleed through. So if you wanted to do watercolor or anything, it would. This is a great paper to do such. And do you see my sweet spread of my favorite Mother Morrison? How cute. Um, this journal, what I mostly just use is like on the go. So any thoughts that come to mind, I'll just add into this little journal. It really has no rhyme or reason. If you look through, you'll see a whole bunch of different things in here. At first I thought it would be a poetry book, and maybe sometimes it is, but I also have like business plans in here. I have my wedding my wedding guest list in here. I have just random thoughts in here as well. And so there's really no rhyme or reason. This is just a pocket notebook. So any thought that comes to me while I'm on the go goes right into this notebook. Then the second part is the little sweet, there's a pocket. I don't know if it came with this or if I bought it. I'm really not sure. I think actually, yes, it came. I got this from Paper Republic too, and I just decorated it on my own. So this is what it looks like. When you open it up, this is I got this note from a person at the library. They were telling me where I can find some other what were they telling me? They were telling me where I could find some other poetry events to go to. So that was really sweet. Then this is my reading journal. So I might expand my reading journal, but as of right now, this is what I have. So I'll just take a picture of my book and like take notes on it. Also, as you can see, I didn't finish yet, but that is the goal, to write. So if you can see a little bit closer, to write my thoughts on the book, how many stars when I started it, when I finished it. And this one I didn't do yet, but we will get there. And also, I don't think I even read these books. So these ones have been read, and I'll find a better system, but as of right now, this is what I have. So then next, I have a dictionary of words that come to me as I'm reading and I don't know what they mean. So I'll just write down the words here and their meanings. So my little personal dictionary based on the books that I read daily. And that is my pocket journal by Paper Republic. How sweet, how cute. I love, I love, I love. Next is another Sterling ink planner. As I told you guys, I love Sterling ink, so you'll see lots of Sterling ink. This is something that I got from Amazon, if I'm not mistaken, just to add as a little sweet decoration. This I also got from Amazon, and I just love having it on there. So it's just a clip if you want to clip your pages down. It's so helpful to have. I'll show you guys how that works. We open her up. This little, I don't know what you call it, I got from Amazon. And then this is the Sterling ink planner. It's similar to the Hobonichi. It does have gold edges again, as you can see. Mostly, this is a planner for my content and for my writing. I'm not like as consistent as I should be, but it's pretty general. I just take every day. I'll tell myself what I need to be doing for that day, and I'll take a note, and then I'll come back at the end of the day and say if I did it or not. As you can see, some days are missed, and last week I totally did not do any content, but this is where I come back and speak to myself, tell myself what I need to do, and then come back here and report if I actually did it. Then on this back end, I have some ideas for content. So you'll see here content ideas, and then I just write them down, and that is in the back of here. So this one is pretty straight to the point. I don't try to do too much in this one, just so that I can come in here and do what I need to do, but not make it that serious. Here I also use this fountain pen. It is a Right Tech pen, but it's a clickable, I don't know if that's the right word even, but you can click this. It's a Right Tech pen, also from Amazon. I also have one in lavender, which you'll see later, but this is just so, so, so sweet. I love having this on hand, and this one is in black ink. I don't know if you can change the ink out, but it writes so well. This is also fine, if I'm not mistaken, or extra fine, although it's a little bit thick. I would say it's probably fine. So I always use this, and I told you guys I would show you how to use this clip. For the clip, I might just clip down the side like that, or I might have to write and I'll clip here. and then just write anything that I have to write. So that is how I love to use that. Let's move on to the next journal. This is my reframe journal. So this is another Sterling ink. I told you guys every journal pretty much is Sterling ink, so they need to sponsor me at this rate. I love Sterling ink. I love the paper. The paper quality is very iconic. This is a grid size, and I think this is a N2 if I'm not mistaken, N2 or N1. I don't recall exactly, but they're pretty close. And that N size is like the traveler's notebook size, so that's what this is. If you can see how thin it is, but it also has that 517 page, if I'm not mistaken. 517 pages. 500, yeah, 517 pages. Yes, 517. This is my testing where I test my ink, but it has 517 pages, and this is again that beautiful Tomoe River paper where you can use your fountain pen, you can use your water print or whatever, you can use your markers and it won't bleed through onto the other side. In this journal, I use this one as my Commonplace journal. So I have some clips here, as you can see, and I'll just unclip it so you guys can get a sweet little flip through. But I just write down my thoughts on anything I'm reading or listening to. So in this specific one, I use an app called Reframe. This is what it looks like when you open it up. I decorated this page with a few things. This is like my Starbucks name. This is something from the creator of Sterling ink. And then these are just some stickers that I have laying around. So I just decorated it like such. Then you open it up a little bit more. And this is, like I said, I use the app called Reframe, and it's basically a sobriety app. So if you see at the top here, it says Reframe entries. So this is a sobriety app, but I love to use this specific notebook to take my notes every day. It talks about different things, not just sobriety. So here it's talking about music therapy and art therapy. You can use a Commonplace notebook for anything. So you can listen to podcasts and take your notes on it. You can watch a movie and take your notes on it. So a commonplace notebook is a place where you just take down notes on media or something that you are interacting with in your world. It could be like a magazine, it could be an article. You would just come here, kind of write that down. So you can say, listening to a podcast, listening to this podcast, you would write that down, and then these are my notes on it, these are my thoughts on it, and you would do that here. So this is my Commonplace journal. You can use any notebook for a Commonplace journal. It doesn't have to specifically be this one. At some point, I had everything in one journal, but now I am finding that it's so much easier to just have things in different places. That way, if I want to come back and see my specific notes on my app, from the app, I can come right here and just come look through. So that is what is here. I have some sweet spreads, as you can see. And yeah, just get creative and do whatever feels good to you. Next is my most prized possession, my sweet girl. I love her so bad. This is my Louise Carmen, and it is in like I think it's Plume if I'm not mistaken. I have a pink cord here, and I have some little charms on the front that I got from Amazon, and same thing here, charms and a little clip at the top. I also have an inscript of my signature or my initial here, which is D, and a dot. And then on the side, we have, again, some sweet little grease as they call it in Louise Carmen. So these two, this one is a flower, and then here we have a spiral. And then same down here, I didn't get these from Louise Carmen. These are from Amazon, but these two are from Louise Carmen. This one is a bow that apparently broke, if you guys can see, and then a rose. So very cute. Then you just take this down, disrobe her, and open it up, and it is so cute. So this is my everyday morning journal. I mostly use this for morning pages, but you'll see it's used for other things as well. You'll see my favorite girl here. Again, you probably saw this picture in my smaller journal. I have it everywhere, so you'll probably see it again one or two more times, honestly. And then on the front, I have here, thank you. This is something I love to say every day. I typically end my journal entries with thank you. So I love that I could put this on the front of my journal, just saying thank you. And then here you'll see best-selling author. That's about to be me. And then iconic author, which is also me. I found it in a magazine and I just clipped it out and put it here. Then you open it up again and you guys can see this was just created by me. You can do whatever feels good to you. There is no rhyme or reason, which is what I love about this. So I just did, these also came at different times. So I think I wrote this first and then these came last, and everything comes on its own. So don't feel pressure to make things look a certain way right away. It starts to come out how it's supposed to come out. I have a sweet little giraffe here. I found this in my apartment complex on the floor, and I adore a giraffe. So I was like, oh, this is for me. And I just put it in my journal because I'm a weirdo and a child. So that goes there just to bring out my inner child every day. And again, everything else is pretty self-explanatory. You can see a little bit up close. I'm a matcha girl, so I had to get my matcha there. Love to read, love to write. And then also the top here, I got this from a magazine. It says the world's wonders await. How sweet, how cute. And then you open it up again. And this is another little spread, just a reminder to myself that I'm a butterfly, spread my wings, CEO, sum infinita, which you've probably seen in each journal. It just means I am infinite. This is my screensaver from a specific day. And so it says, I open fully to the abundant, successful life God is guiding me into. I willingly take every step toward it. And it says I can, and just a reminder of like the woman that I am. So I love this spread, just coming into here and seeing what the message is or what I need to remember, and just remembering I can, like I can is so important. I can, just a reminder to self. And then some this is the number. I didn't screenshot this number purposefully, but this was the number I screenshot, so then I put the meaning of the number here. And then we open her up again, and again we see forever a matcha girl because that's me. Then you see me, sweet, lovely person. And then you see Tony, of course, because I love her. And then this is a little picture. I don't know if you guys can see the whole thing, but it's a poem that I wrote. I'll read it to you if you guys care to listen. She is a haunting, not the kind that rattles windows or slips cold fingers down your spine in the dark. She settles quietly in the soft rooms of you, in the places you didn't know were hollow until she sat there and made them ache. She haunts the way the moon does, pulling tides without ever touching the water. She is a haunting because she changes the shape of you, quietly, irrevocably. And even when she's gone, you are never quite the same. So that's a little poem I have. In the beginning of all of my like morning page journals or daily journals, I always write a little something. So this introduces me to the journal. I love to introduce myself to the page and to my journal because every journal is not the same. That is so important to know. Every journal you have to write in differently based on what it asks of you. So the way I write in this journal might not be or is not the way that I wrote in the previous journal. So I like to introduce myself to the journal, tell them who I am, and tell them my intentions also for the journal. So here, Dio Escrit is very important to me. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. If I'm not, please correct me in the comments. But it means God writes. And I wrote here, God writes simple, I am just the vessel. God writes through me. I am a vessel for divinity. So this is something that I truly feel that God is writing through me. I'm just a vessel for what is being said. So I'm just always open to what is needing to come through me in my writing. So in this journal, you'll see a lot of spreads. I didn't write in cursive yet, so at the beginning I was just doing my thing, again asking. I didn't know what to write and like how much to write. Typically I'm like writing it up, but at the beginning of this journal it was so hard for me to write. I didn't know what the journal wanted of me, so I would do a lot of spreads here. You'll see as I flip through. And there is never a rhyme or reason. You don't have to do things perfectly. As you can see here, I come to the journal at 5 a.m. and then I come back at 7:45 a.m. There is no perfect time to come to the page. So there's no perfect way that you need to come to the page. Do whatever feels good to you. There's no rhyme or reason. There are no rules. Just come and write. That's the most important thing. Here is a spread. I think this was Thanksgiving, if I'm not mistaken. So there's lots of sweet little spreads. I kind of use mine as a I don't know what, like, what's it called? Stationery. Like, I'll add little bits and pieces. Scrapbook. I use it like a scrapbook. So I'll add things from my day. I went to this restaurant with my fiance, and then I just put that in here. I put the little menu here. Why not? Do whatever feels good to you. It just makes it more fun. So yeah, same thing here. Just lots of spreads. I don't want to bore you with every one of them, but just to show you that you can have fun and be creative. I love to take pictures too and like post little pictures in here. That way when I come back and read, I can kind of remember based on what I'm looking at, remember that day based on the pictures. This is a letter from my pen pal. Shout out Ashley. And then again, same thing. Sometimes I'll do doodles. This is a, what's this called? I forgot what the material is called, but I use something specific for this. These are postcards from Sterling Ink. This is a, my favorite girl is Ice Spice. So this is a card from my coworker. And again, just basic. These are my goals for the new year. So I did tab that here. And this was the day I started YouTube. Yay! Another letter from one of my pen pals. Shout out Taj Levy. And I think this was from my snail mail that I am a part of. So love that. So I like to add things to mine. You don't have to, but you can do whatever feels good to you. Maybe you have another place where you just have letters in your journal or whatever it is. For me, I like to have everything in here. Some people just keep their morning pages in. So really, whatever works best for you, you have to think about what is going to work for you, not work for someone else. And last but not least, we are coming to the end of the pages that I can show you. But this is my February spread, as February has just begun. And this is so far all I wrote today. I'm going to write more, but just so that I can show you guys, every single day is not going to look like 6 pages of journaling entries. It could look like this, it could look like this, and it's fine. Another thing I love to do is just adding stickers. These are from Sterling Ink, from the monthly subscription box. So these are February pieces that they included in the February box. So that's this, and these stickers here. Get your stickers from wherever you get stickers from. I also love to go to Dollar Tree. I know I keep mentioning Dollar Tree, but Dollar Tree is really tea. So definitely don't sleep on Dollar Tree. You can even get your journal from Dollar Tree. They even have some fire pens at Dollar Tree, so do not sleep on Dollar Tree, please and thank you. Speaking of pens, I wanted to go over a few pens with you guys. So I have recently gotten into fountain pens, so I'm going to show you guys all of the pens that I love to use. Most importantly, that one. Okay, so again, I'm going to keep saying this until it's banged in your mind. You do not have to use any specific pen. You don't have to use the highest of quality pens. Use what works for you. My most favorite pen ever is this Bic round stick. I showed you all in the last video. It's so basic. It's blue. I just love it. I think I wrote with it in the beginning of this. It just writes so, it glides. It glides so well on the paper. It is my favorite. I mean, you can get this from Dollar Tree for $12 in a pack. Like, I mean, it's going to last you forever. It's not going to run out. It's iconic. So again, you don't need the fanciest of tools. This would work. And then get a notebook from Dollar Tree. Call it a day. Okay? Thank you. Okay, but if you want to upgrade from that, I have a few other options for you. These are some Next Basic pens. They are also really sweet. I love thin pens, so I am a fine pen girl. So this one is 0.38. If you guys can see that. Can you see that? I don't know. Anywho, this is 0.38. This is a Muji pen, and it's very fine, very sweet, very perfect. I love this pen. It glides very well as well. So this is a nice pen to use. If you like 0.5, I also have some 0.5. So use what works for you. For me, I like a fine pen. You might not like a fine pen. See what works for you. Also, another popular one is Micron. They have different sizes. This is the 0.1. It's pretty thin. It's pretty thin. I think there's one thinner than this too that I have somewhere. It's rather thin. Not I don't know if it's as thin as the 0.38, but it's pretty thin. Then I'll get into the fountain pens last. Then I have some other pens that I also enjoy. I love the Sarasa clip pens. I have these in a multitude of colors. So many colors. This is 0.5, writes very nicely as well. And this is the Pilot Precise V5RT. Mouthful. Why is it so many names? Anywho, shout out Pilot. Love this pen. This is pink. I think this is 0.52. It doesn't have the number here, but I think this might be 0.5 or 0.7. Either way, I love, 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 love this pen. I'm sure it comes in black too. I'm just a girly girl, so I love to write in pink. Let me see if I can show you guys a page with this. This was the first time I was able to really, really write cursive. It was with this pen. Because as you guys can see, I've been writing more in cursive. So this is with this pen. Very, very cute. Very nice. Love this pen. So that's another option for you all. Okay, let's get into the fountain pen. These are the fountain pens I have. I did show you guys my Esty already by Esther Brooke. Showed you guys that in the beginning. Very cute, small, but sweet. So these are my other pens. How freaking hot are they? Let's start with the cheapest and move our way up. So this is very popular entry-level pen. This is the Kakuno. And I put pink ink in here, of course. I have this in extra fine. I like this pen. It is a tad scratchy for me. I'm not sure if it's because it is extra fine. So really depends. Get whatever type of ink you like that works for you, but just bear that in mind. So I'm not too sure I'm sold on this pen just yet, but this seems to be very, very popular in the writing community, in the fountain pen community. So definitely try it out. It's like $10, so I don't see why not. Next, we will go with next is the Hong Dian. So cute. I love this pen. I mean, very hot. Look how cute it is. The gold and red, so very nice together. So then we have that here. I currently have like the oxblood, I think, inside here, the ink. Very beautiful pen. Very beautiful ink. Let's see if I can show you guys. This is what this looks like. Very, very hot. So this is another pen that I love using. This is also extra fine. Most of my pens for fountain inks are going to be extra fine. I just love to write with a thin pen. Next, we have the Esther Brooke. I don't know exactly what pen this is, but this is like the sea glass. Or obviously, do you see the sea glass and how beautiful the color is? I have like a teal ink in here. This is also an extra fine. Love this pen. Love this pen. If you guys have any other questions or want to see like a in-depth where I draw or not draw, where I write with these pens, please let me know. And last but not least at all, we have the Pilot. Okay, the Pilot Vanishing Point. Woo! Okay, let's look at that closer. Do you guys see her? Another click fountain pen. How iconic. Very sweet. This is the matte one. I do want red and black, and then I also would like black and gold. Actually, no, it's black and gold and then red and gold. I would love that one. But for now, we love this. This is so cute and so perfect. I adore it. Also, I have in here like a lavender ink. That is this. So you can put any ink into these fountain pens, which is just what I really have been loving. So that is my favorite journal. Again, the gold edges, sterling ink. Duh. Do I even have to say much more? So in here, I also have, I think I kind of skipped onto the fountain pens, but just wanted to explain a little bit more. I have some more stickers from Sterling Ink. These are the days of the week. And then in the back, again, the same picture. I know, I'm crazy. I have something from my snail mail here, and then this is just a piece of a tree that was, I think it's pine or something, I don't know. But that's there. Sticker, nothing crazy. So that is my Louise Carmen. As I said, love her. Put no one above her. It's my girl. This is my main girl, okay? Even though I have this whole entire ecosystem, that is my main girl. All right, on to the next. We have another sterling ink. This is my planner. So this is my 2026 A5 vertical planner. This is what it looks like. On the side, I have my Right Tech, same pen as earlier, where it can click out, but it's in lavender instead of pink. And then I just have a marker here that I use. Open her up. Oh, can you guys see? Hold on, maybe I have to remove these. Can you see those lovely gold edges? Love sterling ink. I love sterling ink probably just because of the gold edges. No, I also love their paper. So you open up my planner and this is what you see. This was also created by the Sterling Ink creator, and then this is just a spread I made on my own from a compilation of magazines, stickers, and just some printouts that I did on my own. So this is what this looks like. Next page, same thing. I love to include an image of myself. So typically I do this in my journal. I didn't do that in, well, no, I did. I like to add a picture of myself into my journal just so that when I come back and see, I can see what I look like at the time. So I added a picture of myself, included the word leader because that's me. And then here is just a sweet bird and nature. I adore nature. So I wanted to include that here. Then you open her up. A lovely picture of a woman with locks. This is the artist I found on Instagram. I probably should add her underneath here. And then here is where I track my moon cycle. This is like another vision board. Here is my 2026 yearly tracker. So just tracking different things and how often I do them or don't. And then this is my quarter. So this is for January through March. And this is the first quarter, making sure I get a certain amount of things done. And that is here, making sure I come back and see if I actually did those things. So I actually do need to go over my January goals. And then here is my line a day. So I post or write one line a day on this side here, whatever I want to say, I just write it. You can say what happened that day. You can say a word, whatever resonates for you, you just write a word a day. Also, I love to, every month I'll have a, this is my January spread. So you just see some pictures of me and friends and family or whatever happened. So every day I'll take a picture and post it in here. And then I just come back and look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, so iconic. So I just use my little printer. So I just use this HPRT printer and they give me these images. So it'll come out in a sheet and then I just cut it and place it on like this. And it's so cute and so sweet. So I love doing this every month. It's beautiful to come back and see what I did. Let me show you guys a few others that I have. One moment. This was my old Hobonichi planner from last year. Super cute. My coworker, she put that in here. Let's see. Just including pictures and things from my daily life. And it's so nice to come back and see what I did. So that is this. To be continued. Then for January, I created a January manifesto and just put a little vision board here too. So whatever your manifesto is, it doesn't have to look the same as mine, whatever works for you. This is how my planner started out because I didn't know exactly how I wanted to use the spreads every day. But now you'll see that I've started to create a more cohesive. My weekly spreads are way more cohesive now that I got an understanding of what I like to do. So I just do every day. I track the weather, my movement, my task for the day, my evening task, and then I come back and check them off if I did it or not. I like to also decorate the page, as you can see, and use like colors. It depends on whatever you like. I also track my sleeping. So this is my sleeping scores from my Aura ring. So I'll just write that stuff here. And then also here, I track the hours of sleep. So it's been really cool to just get a visual of what my sleeping is like throughout the week. So that's been really helpful. Again, do whatever you like, whatever you want to track, whatever you want to put on here, that's what you would do. But for me, this is what I do. If you like it, lovely. If you need me to go a little bit more in depth in another video, I can do that as well. So every day, so I use this as a evening journal. So in the morning times, I will come here and just take my notes. Okay, this is what I need to do in the day. This is what I need to do this day. This is what I need to do this day. Then I will track my sleep. As you can see, this was my sleep for the week. And then again, track my Aura ring scores at the bottom. And that is what I do in the morning when I come to this page. And then in the evenings, I will come here and basically just do evening journal entries. So whatever works for you, again, everything is different for everyone. So whatever works for you, but I find that this has been so helpful just to come here and write at the end of the day. And you can kind of ignore those little numbers on the side. Do what works for you. It was at first it was really hard for me to ignore them, but now it's been super helpful. And just coming here and writing a page at night has been so sweet. So I wrote my February manifesto and then I decorated it on the side. This is again from Sterling Ink. Gotta love Sterling Ink. So that is that. In here, I also have a board from, this is a pencil board. So basically, this is from Hobonichi. How you use this, you just put this paper in, and then you would just write. And basically, it just is here as support for you so that you do not write through the page, you don't poke a hole through it, and that you have something sturdy to write on. So it's not needed, but I love it, especially this one. It's just so cute to me. And last but not least, this is my writing journal. So I am writing a book, and this is where I kind of get my ideas down. My best friend bought me this journal. I do not know where she got it from, likely Amazon. I'm not 100% sure, but it is so cute. Doesn't have the gold edges, but we have this perfect Aquarius pen. I'm an Aquarius, so she got me this pen that I like to use with it as well. Regular ballpoint pen. And I added a clip on the side too, that so that it can hold the pen. So this is my writing notebook. Then you open it up and all of the pages are different. So that's one thing I love about this. Like how beautiful galaxies and the stars. It's so gorgeous. So in here I plan my writing out. So this says Demonia's writing journal. And right here is my manifesto. I am a successful author, yada, yada, yada. So this just breaks down what, my manifesto for writing. And I just love doing that at the beginning of all of my journals, just writing a manifesto. That way I can come back and remember. So then we just go through and just, again, same thing. This is for me and my book that I'm writing. So I just write I take some notes on different things. And yeah, it's been really sweet having this, getting to write by hand certain parts of my book. Granted, the entire book is not written by hand, but a lot of it is. So yeah, that's what that's looking like. And as I said, these pages are just mesmerizing. So that is my journaling ecosystem. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Let me know if you have any ideas of what you'd like to talk about in the next video, but please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I do appreciate you guys. And please let me know what you'd like to see in the next video. If you want to see more in depth into my journals, if you'd like to see more on my fountain pens, then I can do that as well. If you have a topic you'd like me to go over, I would love to just see what you guys are looking for. Also, please follow me on Instagram at withlovedemania and write me on in my DMs. Like, I will respond to you. So DM me there and we can discuss further. Anywho, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.